Welcome to the Geopolitics podcast channel, your one-stop destination for understanding the intricate world of international relations and power dynamics. We delve deep into the complex world of future conflicts, alliances, rivalries, and their potential impact on our lives. Our mission is to make geopolitics accessible and engaging, allowing you to see the world beyond the headlines. Let us dive right into the heart of China's military history, an epic saga that spans thousands of years. From the ancient dynasties where warfare was a dance of chariots and archers, to the modern era of tanks and fighter jets, China's military has evolved in tandem with its civilization. Each transformation in its military structure has been a reflection of the country's strategic needs and global positioning. In the early days, the Chinese military was a feudal system with nobles providing troops to the emperor in times of conflict. This model was replaced by a professional standing army during the Qin dynasty, which marked a significant shift in China's military landscape. The 20th century saw further transformations. The People's Liberation Army was established, reflecting the ideological shift towards communism. The military became a tool for maintaining domestic stability and projecting power abroad. In 2015, we witnessed a major reorganization of the Chinese military under President Xi Jinping. This was a strategic move that sought to streamline command structures, modernize the force, and enhance China's ability to project power far beyond its borders. The reorganization in 2015 was also a political move, reinforcing President Xi's control over the military. It was a clear signal to the world that China was ready to assert its power on the global stage. We saw the implementation of Joint Operations Command, the promotion of new, younger commanders, and a shift in focus from quantity to quality. It was a move that echoed the changes seen in other modern militaries around the world. This reorganization was not just about military might, it was a reflection of China's broader geopolitical ambitions. Now fast forward to the present day, and we're witnessing yet another significant shift in China's military landscape. In a recent announcement, China's leader Xi Jinping has ordered the country's biggest military reorganization since 2015. A development of such magnitude, it's bound to cause ripples across the globe. This isn't a move to be taken lightly. The last time we saw a shake-up of this scale was nearly a decade ago, and its impact is still felt today. The announcement came straight from the top, delivered with the authority and resolve that have become hallmarks of Xi's leadership. The timing is noteworthy too, as it comes amidst a period of considerable geopolitical tension, further intensifying the global spotlight on China. The significance of this move is profound. It's a clear signal that China is intent on bolstering its military capabilities, possibly to counter emerging threats or to assert its dominance on the world stage. The details are yet to be fully revealed, but what we do know is that this reorganization is poised to bring about a substantial shift in the balance of global military power. So, what exactly does this reorganization entail, and why should we care? It's time to dissect this reorganization and understand its implications. Let's begin by examining the key points of this reorganization. The first point that needs to be addressed is the shift in the command structure. The Chinese military has traditionally been a heavily bureaucratic institution with multiple layers of command that can sometimes hinder swift decision-making. The reorganization aims to streamline this command structure, making it more efficient and responsive. What is the significance of this? Well, a more streamlined command structure could potentially enable faster decision-making in times of conflict. It could also allow for more efficient use of resources and potentially lead to more effective military operations. Next, let's delve into the reorganization's focus on joint operations. This is a clear indication of China's intention to enhance its capabilities across all domains: land, sea, air, space, and cyberspace. By focusing on joint operations, China is looking to increase its military's interoperability and versatility, which could potentially enhance its ability to respond to various types of threats. The rationale behind this is quite clear. In today's world, wars are not just fought on the battlefield, but also in the cyber realm and even outer space. By enhancing its capabilities across all these domains, China is ensuring that it is well prepared to face any kind of threat. The third key point to discuss is the increased focus on technology and innovation. The reorganization highlights China's intention to integrate advanced technology into its military operations, with a particular emphasis on artificial intelligence and cyber warfare. This could potentially give China a significant edge in future conflicts, where technology will likely play a crucial role. So, what does all this mean? Essentially, this reorganization is a clear signal of China's intention to become a leading global military power. It's not just about modernizing the Chinese military, it's about positioning China as a dominant force in the global military landscape. As we can see, this reorganization isn't just about changing the face of China's military, it's about reshaping the global military landscape. The implications of this reorganization could be far-reaching, influencing not just China but the entire world. Let's begin by considering global security. Any reorganization of a military force, especially one as massive as China's, has the potential to stir the international waters. It could result in a shift in tactics, technology, or strategy that could alter the geopolitical status quo. In a world where security is increasingly interdependent, such changes could have ripple effects far beyond China's borders. Now, let's turn to the balance of power. China's military reorganization could very well reposition the nation in the global power structure. This restructuring could potentially enhance China's capabilities, pushing it to a more dominant position. Consequently, it might provoke a response from other world powers as they reassess their own military strategies in light of these developments. Finally, let's look at international relations. Any reconfiguration of a nation's military can send strong signals to its allies and rivals alike. How these signals are interpreted could shape the future of international diplomacy. For instance, some nations might see it as a sign of aggression and respond with defensive measures, while others might view it as an opportunity for collaboration. In sum, this reorganization could influence global security, tilt the balance of power, and redefine international relations. While it is too early to predict the exact outcomes, one thing is certain: we are standing at an inflection point in history. It's clear that this reorganization is a game changer, but what does it mean for the future? Before we dive deeper into the future implications, let's take a step back and look at the historical context of China-Taiwan relations. Our story begins in the aftermath of the Chinese Civil War. This conflict, which raged from 1927 to 1949, resulted in the formation of two Chinas: the People's Republic of China on the mainland and the Republic of China on Taiwan. This division set the stage for a geopolitical tug-of-war that persists to this day. However, the world largely recognized the People's Republic as the legitimate China, a policy known as the One China policy. This acknowledgement was not just a diplomatic gesture, but carried significant political and economic implications. It meant that most nations could not maintain official diplomatic relations with Taiwan without severing ties with Beijing. However, in recent years, we've seen a gradual shift in global recognition towards Taiwan. This change is vital as it influences the balance of power in the region and the world. Understanding this historical backdrop sets the stage for the current tensions and concerns. It provides a lens through which we can better understand the implications of China's military reorganization, which we will continue to explore in our next video. Stay tuned. Having explored the historical context, let's now shift our focus to the present situation. The current tensions between China and Taiwan are a result of a complex interplay of historical, political, and economic factors. Firstly, the rise of pro-independence sentiments in Taiwan has been a significant contributor to the escalating tensions. Recent years have seen a surge in support for Taiwan's sovereignty, fueled by concerns over Beijing's increasing influence and the desire for a distinct Taiwanese identity. This push for self-determination has been met with resistance from the mainland, resulting in heightened geopolitical friction. Secondly, China's increasing assertiveness in its claim over Taiwan has exacerbated the situation. Beijing has not only maintained its One China policy, but has also ramped up military exercises and patrols around the Taiwan Strait. This assertiveness is seen as a response to Taiwan's growing global recognition and the perceived threat to the One China principle. Lastly, the role of international actors cannot be overlooked. Countries like the US and Japan have shown increasing support for Taiwan, both diplomatically and militarily. This external involvement has added another layer of complexity to the China-Taiwan dispute. further fueling the tensions. In conclusion, these current tensions are not just a bilateral issue between China and Taiwan, but have significant implications for the wider region and the world. The balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region, the global economic landscape, and the future of international diplomacy are all at stake here. As we navigate this intricate web of relations, it's crucial to keep these factors in mind. In our next video, we will delve into the implications of China's military reorganization, so stay tuned. Before we delve into China's military reorganization, it's essential to understand the military aspect of the China-Taiwan issue, a crucial factor in the current tensions. Over the years, China has been steadily increasing its military presence across the Taiwan Strait. This build-up is not just a show of force, but an integral part of Beijing's strategy to assert its sovereignty over Taiwan. The modernization of China's military capabilities, including the development of advanced missile systems and naval vessels, has significantly shifted the balance of power in the region. On the other hand, Taiwan has not been sitting idly by. The island nation has been making concerted efforts to modernize its defense capabilities, investing heavily in advanced weaponry and strengthening its military training. The goal is clear: to deter any potential aggression from the mainland and ensure the defense of Taiwan's sovereignty. However, the military equation is not solely a matter of China and Taiwan. The role of external actors, particularly the US, is pivotal. The United States, under its Taiwan Relations Act, has committed to providing Taiwan with the necessary defense articles to maintain a sufficient self-defense capability. This has included arms sales and military training, which have been instrumental in bolstering Taiwan's defense capabilities. The military balance in the Taiwan Strait is a key determinant of the stability of the region. As we move forward, it's crucial to keep an eye on how this balance evolves and what it means for the future of China-Taiwan relations. In our next section, we will delve deeper into China's military reorganization and what it could mean for the global military dynamics. Stay tuned. While the military aspect of the China-Taiwan issue often takes center stage, it's crucial to not overlook the economic implications. The economies of China and Taiwan are deeply intertwined. Taiwan's tech industry in particular plays a vital role in the global supply chain, with companies like TSMC and Foxconn at the forefront. Any disruption in this relationship could have far-reaching effects on global tech industries. On the other hand, China is one of Taiwan's largest trading partners, making the economic stakes high for both sides. What makes the situation even more complex is the potential economic consequences of a conflict. A military confrontation between China and Taiwan could disrupt global supply chains, potentially leading to a global economic slowdown. Moreover, it could also lead to a shift in the global economic order, with other countries potentially stepping in to fill the void left by Taiwan's tech industry. The economic implications of the China-Taiwan issue add another layer of complexity to the situation. The interplay between the economic and military aspects of the issue is something that policymakers and analysts must keep a close eye on. In our next section, we will delve into China's military reorganization, a development that could have significant implications for global military dynamics. Stay tuned. Moving beyond the economic implications, we must address the diplomatic dilemma surrounding the China-Taiwan issue, a tricky one for many countries. On the one hand, China's economic and political clout is undeniable, leading many countries to tread lightly when it comes to acknowledging Taiwan's sovereignty. On the other hand, Taiwan's importance in the global tech industry, as well as its status as a vibrant democracy, has earned it a considerable amount of international goodwill. The challenge then lies in balancing relations with both China and Taiwan. It's a diplomatic tightrope walk where a misstep could lead to strained relations or worse, economic sanctions. International organizations also play a crucial role in this dispute. However, their hands are tied due to China's veto power in the United Nations Security Council. This leaves Taiwan in a diplomatic limbo, recognized by some but not by others. The potential diplomatic fallout of a conflict is another aspect to consider. A military confrontation could force countries to pick sides, leading to a polarized international community. This could have profound implications for global diplomacy, potentially leading to shifts in alliances and international relations. In conclusion, the diplomatic handling of the China-Taiwan issue is a delicate balancing act for all involved. As we move forward, it's essential to keep an eye on the shifting sands of diplomacy. In our next section, we will delve into China's military reorganization, a development that could have significant implications for global military dynamics. Stay tuned. Looking ahead, the future prospects of the China-Taiwan issue are uncertain. There are a few potential scenarios. One possibility is that the status quo continues, with both sides maintaining their current positions. This would mean continued tensions, but also continued stability. Another possibility is increased integration between the two, whether through economic cooperation or political dialogue. This could lead to a resolution of the issue, but it's a path fraught with challenges. Lastly, there's the possibility of conflict, a scenario that the world hopes to avoid. The future will also be shaped by domestic politics in both China and Taiwan. In China, the government's stance towards Taiwan is tied to its legitimacy and national identity. A softer approach may not be well received by the Chinese public. In Taiwan, the public's perception of China and their desire for independence will also play a key role in shaping the future. The China-Taiwan issue doesn't just affect the two parties involved. It has implications for the future of the Indo-Pacific region. How this issue is resolved or managed could set a precedent for other territorial disputes in the region. It could also impact regional security dynamics, potentially leading to an arms race or increased militarization. The future of the China-Taiwan issue is uncertain, but what is clear is that it will continue to be a key issue in global affairs. The stakes are high and the world watches with bated breath. After all, the outcome could reshape our world in ways we can't yet fully comprehend. As we delve into China's military reorganization in our next section, we'll explore how these dynamics could potentially play out. Before we delve into China's military reorganization, let's shift our focus to Europe, a continent grappling with rising geopolitical tensions. The increasing assertiveness of Russia is a key factor in this dynamic. Russia's annexation of Crimea and its ongoing involvement in eastern Ukraine have sent shockwaves through Europe, raising concerns about the future of European security. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, plays a critical role in maintaining peace and stability in the region. Yet its effectiveness is being tested by these tensions, as well as internal challenges such as differing priorities among member states. Furthermore, the US's shifting focus towards the Indo-Pacific region is impacting Europe's security landscape. This shift may leave Europe in a precarious position, potentially having to navigate these geopolitical tensions with less support from its transatlantic ally. As we delve deeper in our next section, we'll explore how these dynamics are shaping Europe's geopolitical landscape and how they may influence the future of global military dynamics. Now, let's take a closer look at Europe's military preparedness in the face of these rising tensions. Europe's military capabilities are a complex puzzle. Some countries, like France and the United Kingdom, possess significant military prowess. However, others, particularly those in Eastern Europe, have less developed defense capabilities. This disparity raises concerns about Europe's collective ability to respond to potential threats. Challenges abound as European countries strive to bolster their defense capabilities. Budget constraints, differing strategic priorities, and the complexities of coordinating defense efforts across multiple nations are just a few of the hurdles they face. The European Union plays a crucial role in coordinating these defense efforts. Its Permanent Structured Cooperation on Security and Defense, or PESCO, aims to enhance the EU's capacity to act as a security provider, support the capability development of the EU's member states, and reinforce the EU's strategic autonomy. Yet the effectiveness of these efforts is a topic of intense debate. As we can see, Europe's military preparedness is a crucial factor in its ability to navigate these turbulent times. In our next section, we'll explore China's military reorganization strategy, providing a comparative lens to understand the global military dynamics in play. Stay with us as we continue to navigate this complex geopolitical landscape. While military preparedness is crucial, we must not overlook the economic factors at play. The economy is a battlefield in its own right, where nations wield financial weapons and economic strategies to assert their influence and safeguard their interests. Let's first consider the economic ties between Europe and Russia. Europe, particularly Germany, relies heavily on Russia for natural gas supplies, a dependency that raises significant geopolitical concerns. The Nord Stream 2 pipeline, which doubles the capacity of the original Nord Stream pipeline, is a contentious issue that highlights this economic interdependence. Critics argue that it increases Europe's vulnerability to Russian pressure, while proponents see it as a necessary measure to secure Europe's energy needs. Should conflict erupt in the region, the economic consequences could be severe. Trade disruptions, soaring energy prices, and potential damage to infrastructure are just a few of the potential issues. Moreover, the economic fallout would likely extend beyond the immediate conflict zone, potentially destabilizing global markets and triggering a worldwide economic downturn. Economic sanctions also play a significant role in this geopolitical chess game. These are often used as a tool for deterrence, aiming to inflict economic pain to compel a change in behavior. However, their effectiveness can vary, and they can sometimes have unintended consequences, hurting ordinary citizens more than the political elite. As we can see, the economic factors at play are just as crucial as the military ones in shaping Europe's geopolitical landscape. The interplay between economics and military strategy is complex and multifaceted, providing us with a rich tapestry to explore as we navigate the intricacies of global geopolitics. Next, we turn our attention to China's military reorganization strategy, providing a comparative lens to understand the global military dynamics in play. Moving beyond the military and economic factors, let's explore the diplomatic challenges facing Europe. Negotiating the complex web of international relations is no easy feat. Europe finds itself in a precarious position, balancing its economic ties with Russia and its commitments to NATO and the European Union. This diplomatic tightrope walk is fraught with risk, and any misstep could have significant repercussions. International organizations like the UN, NATO, and the EU play a pivotal role in mediating these tensions. Their diplomatic clout can be instrumental in preventing conflicts from escalating, but their effectiveness is often hampered by internal disagreements and external pressures. For instance, NATO members are bound by Article 5 of the North Atlantic Treaty, which states that an attack on one member is an attack on all. However, invoking Article 5 requires the consensus of all NATO members, which can be a challenging feat given the divergent interests and perspectives within the alliance. In the event of a conflict, the diplomatic fallout would not be confined to Europe. It could strain global relations, creating new fault lines and exacerbating existing ones. This could lead to a shift in alliances, a reconfiguration of power dynamics, and a reshaping of the international order. As we can see, the diplomatic challenges facing Europe are a crucial part of the puzzle. They underscore the intricate interplay between military, economic, and diplomatic factors in shaping the geopolitical landscape. As we shift our focus to China's military reorganization strategy in the next scene, we'll see how these same factors come into play in a different context. Looking ahead, the future prospects of Europe's geopolitical landscape are uncertain. There are several potential scenarios. The status quo could prevail, with ongoing tensions but no major conflicts. Alternatively, tensions could escalate, pushing Europe towards a critical juncture. In the worst-case scenario, these tensions could erupt into conflict, with far-reaching implications for Europe and the world. The role of domestic politics cannot be underestimated in shaping these future prospects. The political landscape within European countries is in flux, influenced by a myriad of factors ranging from economic conditions to societal attitudes. These internal dynamics can have profound effects on foreign policy, potentially intensifying or mitigating geopolitical tensions. Lastly, the implications of Europe's geopolitical dynamics extend far beyond its borders. The rest of the world, particularly major powers like the US and China, have a vested interest in the stability of Europe. Any major shift in Europe's geopolitical landscape could ripple outwards, affecting global power dynamics and potentially reshaping the international order. As we delve deeper into these dynamics in our next video, we'll explore how they could potentially play out. We'll examine China's military reorganization strategy and how it reflects the intricate interplay of military, economic, and diplomatic factors we've discussed today. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the complexities of global geopolitics. As we wrap up our analysis of Europe's geopolitical landscape, it's clear that the continent is at a crossroads. The rising tensions and potential for conflict underscore the urgency of the situation. It's time for Europe to wake up, to acknowledge the challenges it faces, and to take decisive action. Unity and cooperation among European countries are more critical now than ever. By working together, Europe stands a better chance of navigating these challenges and shaping its future. As we move forward, we invite you to join us in exploring these complex dynamics further. Your engagement, your questions, and your insights are what drive these conversations forward. So, hit the like button if you found this video informative, subscribe to stay up to date with our latest analyses, and don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments below. Until our next video, keep the conversation going and stay tuned as we continue to unravel the complexities of global geopolitics. As we conclude our analysis of China's military reorganization, it seems apparent that we stand at the precipice of a new era in global military strategy. This reorganization is not just a shift in China's approach, but a game changer in the geopolitical landscape worldwide. China's strategic moves could influence the balance of, and Europe's role in this changing landscape cannot be underestimated. We also can't overlook the simmering issue, a geopolitical hotspot that could define the future prospects of international relations. Our personal take is that such developments underscore the importance of understanding global military dynamics, as they have the potential to shape our world drastically. We'd like you to ponder these issues, think critically about the potential impacts and the emerging scenarios. Let's start a conversation. Nudge that like button, hit subscribe, and let your thoughts flow in the comments section. We'd love to hear your insights. Stay tuned for our next video. We'll continue to decode the complexities of global military dynamics. Until then, keep the conversation going in the comments below. Together, let's navigate through this fascinating world of geopolitics.